Matthew chapter 9. And he got into a boat and crossed the water and came into his own city. And, behold, they brought to him a paralytic lying on a bed. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralytic, "Son, be of good cheer. Your sins are forgiven." And behold, some of the scribes said within themselves, "He blasphemes." And Jesus saw their thoughts and said, "Why think ye evil in your hearts? Which is easier to say, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Rise up and walk'? But that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins," he said to the paralytic, "Rise, take up your mat and go to your house." And he rose up and went into his house. When the crowd saw it, they were afraid and glorified God, who had given such power to men. And Jesus, passing from there, saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax office. And he said unto him, "Follow me." And he rose up and followed him. And it came to pass, as he sat at dinner in the house, behold, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat down with Jesus and his disciples. When the Pharisees saw it, they said to his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" When Jesus heard this, he said, "It is not those who are well who need a physician, but those who are sick. Go therefore and learn what this means. My desire is mercy and not sacrifice, for I came not to call the righteous, but sinners." Then the disciples of John came to him and asked, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but your disciples do not fast?" And Jesus said to them, "Can the bridegroom's children mourn while the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom will be taken away from them, and then they will fast. And no man patches an old garment with a piece of bare cloth, for that takes away the fullness of the garment, and the tear is made greater. Neither do men put new wine into old wineskins, lest the wineskins burst and wine spill, and the wineskins perish. Instead, new wine is put into new wineskins, but both are preserved." While he was speaking these things to them, behold, a certain ruler came and worshipped him, saying, "Lord, my daughter is now dead, but come and lay your hand on her, and she will live." And Jesus rose and followed him with his disciples. And behold, a woman who had an issue of blood for 12 years came up behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said to herself, "If I only touch his garment, I will be healed." Then Jesus turned and looked at her and said, "Daughter, be of good cheer. Your faith has made you well." And the woman was made well from that hour. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the singers and the multitude marching, he said, "Go away, for the girl is not dead, but is sleeping." And when the people were put out, he went in and took her by the hand, and the girl arose. And the news of this spread throughout all the land. And as Jesus was departing from there, 2 blind men followed him, crying out and saying, "Have mercy on us, Son of David." And when he came into the house, the blind men came to him. And Jesus said unto them, "Believe ye that I am able to do this unto you?" They said unto him, "Yes, Lord." Then he touched their eyes and said, "According to your faith, be it done to you." Then their eyes were opened, and Jesus strictly charged them, saying, "See that no one knows this." But they went out and made his fame known throughout all the land. And as they went out, behold, They brought unto him a mute man, possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the mute man began to speak, and the people marveled, and said, Never was there such a thing seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, He casts out demons by the prince of the demons. And Jesus went throughout all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every kind of disease and every kind of sickness. And when he saw the multitude, he had compassion on them, because they were in despair, and lying down like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray the Lord of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest. Matthew chapter 10. And he called together his 12 disciples, and gave them power over unclean spirits, to drive them out, and to heal every kind of disease and every kind of sickness. The names of the 12 apostles are these: the first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector, and James, the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, Simon of Canaan, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out, charging them, saying, Go not in the way of the Gentiles, and into the cities of the Samaritans ye shall not enter, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and go and preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. You shall have no gold or silver or money in your bag, neither a bag for the journey, nor 2 coats, nor sandals, nor a staff, for the laborer is worthy of his bread. And when you enter a town or village, find out who is worthy there, and stay there until you go on your way. And when you enter the house, greet it and say, Peace be to this house. And if that house is worthy, your peace will come upon it. But if it is not worthy, your peace will return to you. And whoever does not receive you or listen to your words, let him go out of that house or that city, and shake the dust off your feet. Truly I say to you, it will be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than for that city. Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye wise, therefore, as serpents, and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the courts, and scourge you in their synagogues. And you will be brought before governors and kings for my sake, as a testimony to them and to the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, do not worry about how or what you should say, for it will be given you in that hour what you should say. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father who speaks in you. And brother will betray brother to death, and father his son. And children will rise up against parents and put them to death. And you will be hated by all men for my name's sake. But he who endures to the end, the same will be saved. And when they persecute you in the city, flee to another. Truly I say to you, you will not overcome all the cities of Israel before the Son of Man comes. The disciple is not above his teacher, nor the servant above his master. It is enough for the disciple to be like his teacher, and the servant like his master. If they call the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more will they call those of his household? Therefore, do not be afraid of them, for nothing is hidden that will not be revealed, nor secret that will not be known. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the light. What you hear in the ear, proclaim on the housetops. And do not fear for those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? And without your Father, not one of them will fall to the ground. But even the hairs of your head are all numbered. Therefore, do not be afraid, for you are better than many sparrows. Whoever acknowledges me before men, I will also acknowledge before my Father who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men, I will also deny before my Father who is in heaven. Do not think that I have come to send peace on earth. I did not come to send peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And as a man's enemies shall be those of his own household. Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Whoever welcomes you welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Whoever welcomes a prophet because he is a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and whoever welcomes a righteous man because he is a righteous man will receive a righteous man's reward. And whoever gives one of these little ones even a cup of cold water to drink because he is a disciple, truly I say to you, he will by no means go unrewarded.